friends! Today we're going to read the Valentine Bears. It was October 14th and the bear's den was snug and secure for the winter. Mrs. Bear set her alarm for February 14th. Then she curled herself comfortably against Mr. Bear's back and listened to his snores. It was good to settle down for a long 4-month sleep. When the alarm went off 4 months later, Mrs. Bear could hardly believe it. It seemed as if she'd just gone to bed. My, she said, yawning, spring already. Then she remembered it was not spring. She'd set the alarm early for a special reason. Mr. Bear stretched, scratched, kissed Mr. Bear. Mrs. Bear stretched, scratched, kissed Mr. Bear on his nose and got up. Mr. Bear could sleep through just about anything, and she was glad she had things to do. First, she made a sign. It's nice to share Valentine's Day with someone you love. She put the sign on the wall so Mr. Bear would see it as soon as he woke up. Leaves had blown into the den while they slept. Mrs. Bear brushed them in a pile, swept them outside. Brr, she said. You'd think they put a special day in summer for Valentine's. They'd never shared a Valentine's before because bears hibernate in the winter, right? They miss all those things. They miss Christmas, everything. Mrs. Bear dug up the honey pot she buried in the fall. She pawed off the lid and smiled. It was fruity and rich and smelled as summer, just like the way Mr. Bear liked it. Mrs. Bear carried the pot inside, put it on the table next to the bowl of crunchy dried beetles and bugs. Ew, crispy critters. Oh, how Mr. Bear loved his crispy critters. No, thank you. She had made 2 Valentine poems way back in the summer. Now she got them out of the drawer. Red berries are red, blueberries are blue. Termites are sweet, and so are you too. The other one said, your teeth are so sharp, your claws are so fine. Dear Mr. Bear, you are my Valentine. She could not decide which poem she liked best, so she decided to give him both. Mrs. Bear huddled deep in her coat and went outside. Only crazy creatures would be out this early in the year. The sun shone through a haze pale as milk. Crows cawed in the white air. The arms of the trees scratched at the sky. Mrs. Bear clawed away the ice on the top of the pond. She splashed water on her ears or muzzle, wiped her fur down. It was time to wake up Mr. Bear. Brr. Mr. Bear's snores drifted from the den and she smiled. He could sleep through just about anything. Time to get up, Mr. Bear. Honk, snored Mr. Bear. Wake up, Mr. Bear. Mr. Bear just shrugged her away and turned his face to the wall. Just another 5 weeks, he said. Mrs. Bear poked his back. Happy Valentine's Day. Mr. Bear curled himself into a fur ball. Honk, he said. Oh, no, you don't. Mrs. Bear pulled Mr. Bear's ears. She tickled his paws. She pried open his eyeballs and watched him drop bright clothes back. Honk. Is she successful? She is not. He is wanting to stay asleep. Mrs. Bear sighed. She took her empty berry can, snuggled deep in her coat, went back outside. A deer drank from the pond, stopped drinking, and looked at Mrs. Bear with surprise. As she filled the berry can, Mrs. Bear decided the deer had never seen a bear up and about so early. She carried the can of ice water back inside. I'm so sorry about this, Mr. Bear, but you cannot just keep on sleeping. This is a very special day for us. 1. Oh no, what is she going to do? 2. 3. Oh no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Is she going to throw the ice cold water on Mr. Bear to wake him up? Surprise! Mr. Bear shouted and sat straight up. It was a surprise, all right. Mrs. Bear jumped and the ice water splashed all over her. Oh, Mr. Bear hugged her. You thought I could sleep through just about anything? Well, I fooled you. Happy Valentine's Day. He pulled a box from under his pillow. I've had these here all along. Oh, what a lovely surprise. What is the present? Oh, Mr. Bear, chocolate-covered ants, my very favorites. Mr. Bear licked his lips. Me too. He admired the sign on the wall. Then Mrs. Bear ran for the poems, and Mr. Bear read them aloud. Dear Mr. Bear, you are my Valentine. Oh, that's lovely. His nose wrinkled. Is that fruity, rich summer honey I smell? She smiled. Will you join me at the table? They sat together, sharing the Valentine treats till shadows filled the den. The bowl and the box and the honey pot were empty, and the special day is over. Oh, I think they had a good time together. And they went back to sleep again until spring. And everybody says, the end.